I guess one sustainable Saturday runs over into another one, as we just got home, and I've got to try to finish up these doors. The door project, get started on it at least before the rain comes in. It looks like we're gonna get some afternoon showers. I've got some greenhouse stuff I could do on the inside, but I want to try to get these doors knocked out before we get rain. I'm going to try to see if I can grow these trays of microgreens for my animals. These are 4 set trays that I've sown with wheatgrass seed. It's a sprouting seed, but it should get up well enough, and I'm hoping, I'm trying to get to the density where I can fill that box up really good with some good healthy wheat for them. And then I'll rotate that out with the other 4 that I have. I'll plant these in a couple of weeks and see how that rotation works, see what kind of volume I get. Well, yesterday it ended up raining pretty much most of the day, and truth be told, I was a little bit physically tired from this past week work, so it was good to get a little rest. But in the meantime, I did go ahead and put some broccoli and Brussels sprout seeds some more in. I did some rearranging with the greenhouse, and today I guess I'm going to get started on the doors again. But first, this. As you know, a couple of weeks ago I told you about the issues we had with rodents in the greenhouse, and of course now with the microgreens growing in, I've already seen some evidence that they're coming around. So one of the things I'm going to try, because I don't want to put poisons out, because it would get my chickens eat rats, mice, my pigs eat mice. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to try some of these. They're called Best Pest Reject Pest Repellers. I got these on Amazon, and I'm going to give them a try. And actually, I'm going to do a product review on these, complete product review. I'll show you how I put them in the ground and tell you how they're working. But I'm going to try to use this, and I'm probably going to end up having to get some live catch traps as well, because I can always feed the mice to my animals. But look for the product review and the complete instructions on what I did with this and what I thought about it. I'll have it in my newsletter, and also it'll be on a link on the website. So here it is from the outside. I spent all day working on these 2 doors and framed this one out, got it hung, and it's already a big difference in there. I can tell the temperature. This is going to be really nice. We've got cold weather coming. I've got to secure the other end and close it off, and it'll be pretty toasty in there, at least plant wise. The south end is completely closed in. You see I've got a little mop sink here that I'll use to catch rainwater off the roof. I'm going to put in some gutters along here later on, but that'll make sure I have plenty of water to replenish my aquaponics system, and also I can use that water out here. And I also got the door put on. So I've got to trim out this door here, but now it's time to go in and make breakfast, and then I'll get back to it. So I ended up making some creative use of the extra windows I had, and got the back end totally closed in. It was a little warmer in there, the 30-degree temperature. I'm gonna need to get a thermometer in there to see what it's like. But I've got some things in my greenhouse anyway that I need to correct. But right now, before breakfast, I've let the pigs loose in this area now, and I'm gonna let them just tear this grass up and graze a little bit. The chickens have been in here too. I'm gonna have to cover up some of these beds to keep them out of there, but right now there's nothing planted in there. They can't get to my asparagus. And my project for this morning is to finish putting up the netting. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I'll turn to this side, and you can see I've got the chicken wire around my sweet potato bed. It'll keep the chickens out of that side. And I'm going to end up running it along this fence too later on, but I don't think they'll go. I'm going to have to put that gate on, but those are all for another day. So I got this area secured enough to keep the knuckleheads in while I'm doing what I need to do. This is one of those mistakes are valuable experience moments. I've been having issues with the size of my squash and them not growing. And I've also noticed my fish not eating as much. One of the things they don't tell you in the how-to books is that tilapia, when the water temperature gets below about 76 degrees, they don't feed. And when they're not feeding as much, the water's not getting as much nutrients, and that's why my water's not as nutrient rich. So what I'm going to do with that, and that's one of the things I saw in a video today on using soil in your aquaponics system. I'm hoping the coffee grounds will take some of that, but I'm really thinking what I'll do is I'll start just dropping my rabbit pellets right into the system. And that's just one of those things about gardening, about farming, about life itself, is that there are mistakes. Mistakes aren't killers. They don't mean you're bad. They don't mean you're terrible. They don't mean you're stupid. Mistakes only mean that you have more to learn. So I had more to learn. I've learned it. I'll apply it, and we'll go forward, and we'll be better for it. Well, I just got done foraging some food for the pigs and the rabbits, and that's one of the things with the small homestead. One of the issues is finding food sources for your animals so that you don't have to buy commercial food all the time, and that's what we're trying to do here. So I forage for them. I'm opening up these areas here where they can chew on the grass and grass feed. But that's why the microgreens part of this operation is going to be so vital. If I can get those growing where I can pop some trays full of microgreens out here for my animals every once in a while, that'll be a big boost. We picked up coffee grounds yesterday, and I set up a little bin in the back to store them in, and some of the filters, and then I've got bags that we've had animal feed in, and I'm going to use those to help connect these two beds here in a no-till gardening method. I've got some coffee grinds, and I've got some more cardboard, and I'll put down in there so that way I don't have to dig up the grass, and actually I'll produce some soil that the centipede grass has really ruined. I've got the little patch covered with the cardboard and paper products and some coffee grounds on top. I'll add some more material, either compost or dirt on top of that, and finish it up. Well, this is that little rack that I showed you. I've put some the black silk fence around it, and I'll put shelves in across here, and then I'll be able to cover it up and darken it, and that's where I'll be sprouting my seeds. You recognize where it is, and it's time to move this inside and get this office straightened out. My wife stood at the door, and all she said was so I know it's time to get straightened out. Oh, and tomorrow what I'll be planning to do is clean out the rabbit pens, and then I've got some potato sets. I'm gonna be cutting those up this afternoon to get those ready, and I'm gonna plant those in the coffee as well. Friday morning, second night of cold temperatures. We had a frost, and the greenhouse did what I created it to do. It kept all of my plants safe. Now, the rodent situation was a little different this week. They pretty much wiped out my sprouts here, so I've moved the operation inside temporarily. I'm going to be trapping out here and doing some things, and I'll show you in some future videos the traps that I'm going to make for my little mousy friends, and I'll then feed them to my chicks. So now it's time to go pluck some dandelions for the animals. I've turned them loose in the new run, and they're digging around in the frozen earth. Chickens are scratching it, so let's get to it. Well, that wraps up another week of Sustainable Saturdays. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. It's a journey, and we're happy to make it. I want to leave you with this thought from Bill Mollison, who's many consider to be kind of the founding father of sustainable permaculture. He says the greatest change we need to make is from consumption to production, even if on a small scale, in our own gardens. If only 10% of us do this, there is enough for everyone. Hence, the futility of revolutionaries who have no gardens, who depend on the very system they attack, and who produce words and bullets, not food and shelter. Namaste.